Ohio State versus Texas pregame show on AJ Let's Talk Sports podcast, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to get all my latest content. Big time matchup, week 1. Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the Texas Longhorns. Longhorns down. But first, we're going to be talking about some Ohio State football news coming out of Ohio State. So let's check it out. Ohio State football quarterback released from the NFL. This was reported just a few days ago. I don't know if you know this or not, but Kyle McCord was released by the Philadelphia Eagles. This just happened on Monday, according to NFL insider Jordan Schultz. McCord, he was a quarterback taken in the 6th round of the 2025 NFL draft, threw for 191 yards in the preseason with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. So McCord's collegiate career started when he signed with the Ohio State Buckeyes and a 5-star prospect back in 2021. He sat behind C.J. Stroud for 2 seasons, and he finally got his opportunity in 2023. Played 11 games. 3,170 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions as a starter. He spent 2024 season at Syracuse, where he threw for ACC single-season record 4,779 yards. I thought he was going to do pretty good. He was turning the table there when he went to Syracuse, went to Philadelphia Eagles, and I thought he was going to at least last for a contract, but they snubbed him. Get out of here. Where's he going? Packed his bags. And where's Kyle McCord at now? Who knows? If you know, let me know. Next. Dave Portnoy reportedly banned from the Texas-Ohio State game. They have been denied. So he's on the Fox Big Noon Kickoff personality. The Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy will be there supposedly. So this is going back and forth and back and forth. He is a Michigan State grad, if you didn't know that. So he doesn't like Ohio State. But they reported that he was barred from the stadium. He still can. He can appear for the program in the pre-horseshoe, but Barstool's college football show will not be in Columbus this week. But then there's an update. Ohio State has denied banning Portnoy, the Barstool's founder. They banned me from coming into the stadium. They banned our show from being on a campus, and I feel bad because Fox is in the middle of it. And this just happened with Ryan Glassbeagle, if you've heard that. So on Tuesday, the situation evolved into a back and forth between Ohio State and Portnoy that is yet to come to a conclusion. So we don't know what is going on. If you know any news on this, please let me know. Dave Portnoy says on Twitter, I want Michigan versus Ohio to mean something again, and I love the people of Columbus outside the football team they root for. Good, clean, hardworking people, so I am going to give Buckeye Nation free advice. Stop pointing the finger. Look in the mirror. Get better. Get tougher. But we are, so shut up, Dave. I don't know if he's still banned or not. I'm sure he's not. It's just a back-and-forth battle here. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, this is going to be Lee Corso's final headgear donning at the horseshoe here. So I know I want to go into this. So let's just talk about him real quick. A tribute to Lee Corso, born August 7th, 1935. The dude is 90 years old. I did not know that. From Cicero, Illinois, if I said that right. Cicero, maybe it's Cicero, Illinois. Played quarterback for Florida State and corner. Went both ways. Coaching career started in 1958, where he coached at Florida State. Then he went to Maryland, Navy, Louisville, Indiana, Northern Illinois. We'll talk about that here in a second. He coached from 1969 to 1972 with Louisville. He coached from 1973 to 1982, Indiana University of Bloomington, and at Northern Illinois University back in 1984. That's when your boy was born. Compiling a career college record of 73, 85, and 6. He was the head coach of the Orlando Renegades of the United States Football League back in 1985, tallying a mark of 5-13. So, taking a look at his broadcasting career. Started back in 1987. He was hired by ESPN as an analyst, and that is when college football started. Saturday College GameDay program actually started in 1993. It's been around for a long time. He plays roles in a comic foil to co-host Reese Davis, Desmond Howard, Kirk Herbstreit, Pat McAfee and Nick Saban. And he's always had his infamous "not so fast, my friend," if you know that one. So back in October 5th, 1996, this is when he donned the headgear here. And guess who he picked? With the Ohio State versus Penn State, he picked Ohio State. Brutus the Buckeye put it on his head, and I got the highlights there if you're watching it. Corso made his 250th headgear pick, TCU's Super Frog, before the TCU WVU game in Morgantown, West Virginia, November 1st, 2014. Then his 400th headgear pick was Colorado's Chip the Buffalo, came in September 16th, 2023, before the Buffaloes game versus the Colorado State Rams in Boulder. As of the end of 2024 season, Corso has an overall record of 286 and 144 at a 67% winning percentage, so that's pretty good. On April 17th, 2025, Corso announced his retirement from broadcasting with his final appearance slated on August 30th, 2025, Week 1 for Ohio State in Columbus, College Game Day between Texas. Now, I want you to see some of his accolades here. Corso serves as an honorary chairman of Coaches Curing Kids Cancer. While at Florida State, Corso was roommates and teammates with actor Burt Reynolds, if you didn't know that, fun fact. The two remained close friends until Burt Reynolds passed away back in 2018. Now, Corso has been married to Betsy since 1957. He has 4 kids and 10 grandkids. Count them. Leaving a legacy, Lee Corso, player, coach, friend, heart of gold. All right. Now let's get into college football here. Are you guys ready? First game of the season, August 30th, 2025, the showdown between number 1, Texas Longhorns, and number 3, Ohio State Buckeyes, set to kick off in grand fashion at noon. The big noon kickoff at the Shoe, and it is on Fox. A rare and explosive number 1 versus number 3 matchup to open the season. One of the biggest Week 1 games for decades. And this highlights the 5th all-time meeting with national title implications in past matchups, and potentially this one as well. Texas come in as a preseason number 1 in the AP poll for the first time ever. Did you know that? Fun fact of the day. Ohio State looks to defend its 2024 national title to go back-to-back, having beaten Texas 28-14 in the season's playoff semifinal. Now, the teams returned just 17 of 44 starters from that playoff clash just a year ago. Not even a year ago. 26, count them, 26 players from that game were drafted. Ohio State had 14. Texas had 12. Coaching talk. Steve Sarkisian, quote, new journey, new mission, and the playoff loss. Ryan Day calls the opener, quote, a great way to start the year, end quote, despite the pressure. We're going to be taking a look at some players to watch, but the reigning national champions are ranked number 3 and carry momentum for the dominant playoff run. Redshirt freshman, taking a look at quarterback Julian Saint. He's a transfer from Alabama, will make his first collegiate start, which immediately raises the pressure. Ohio State's defense also looks formidable despite coaching turnover. Chip Kelly, Jim Knowles, they're gone. They rely on experience and talent. So taking a look at some key matchups at the quarterback contrast. Now they have offensive adjustments for Ohio State. Offense must adapt to new coordinator Brian Hartline. And Brian Hartline will be up in the booth, by the way. He's not going to be down on the field. Will be up in the booth calling the plays. And freshman quarterback versus Sarkisian's proven schemes. Taking a look at some betting lines all across the board. They have Ohio State favored at -1.5 and at -122. Lists Ohio State as a slight favorite at 1.5, and over/under is 47.5. Some have predicts a 24-20 Ohio State win, giving Ohio State a 55% winning probability. CBS Sports notes the momentum shifting towards Texas due to the early betting trends and the counters. But as of right now, I believe it is going towards Texas if you look at ESPN. But when I got this updated, 24-20 Ohio State. So land grant Holy Land highlights to critical factors whether Texas can again limit Jeremiah Smith. Can you hold this dude down? He's not a freshman anymore. He's got some yards under his belt, if you want to call it that. So he knows what he's doing now, and he's already knew what he was doing as a freshman. Dude's only going to get any better. Whether Ohio State's offensive line can protect freshman quarterback Sayin under pressure. Now, the Houston Chronicle stresses red zone efficiency as an area Texas must improve to compete in a high-stakes game. That's on the Houston Chronicle. So College Game Day will broadcast live from Columbus on August 3rd. We just talked about marking Lee Corso's final appearance on the show. You want to know how much it is to go to Columbus if you're in Texas? Ticket and travel demand has surged dramatically. Premium seats listed up to $3,000. Flights from Austin ranging from $600 to $2,000. 375% jump in Columbus vacation rental bookings, by the way. QB duel, Manning's experience versus Sayin's raw talent. Who's going to step up in game time? Defense matchups, can Texas slow down Smith? And Ohio State's passing game? I don't think so. The line play, offensive lines will shape the flow, especially for Ohio State. I know we had Coach Day last year did a fantastic job moving around the offensive line. And now we got all our guards back and our tackles back. It's going to be nice to have everybody up in front blocking for the running backs and for the first-year starter quarterback, Julian Sayin. Mental game, how freshman nerves and championship hangover affect the momentum. Now, I kind of wanted to see here Ohio State and Texas Longhorns, players to watch. Texas Longhorns, Arch Manning, the Heisman hopeful, making his third career start, just his third career start. Ryan Wingo, the wide receiver, sophomore, breakout candidate, 6'1", 215, with big play potential. Contrevian Wisner, SEC's top returning rusher, struggling versus Ohio State last year. We'll see how he does. Defense returns 6 starters, but lost All-American defensive back Jody Barron. Now let's take a look at Ohio State Buckeyes. Julian Sayin, like we said, he's a sophomore, making his first career start. Jeremiah Smith, probably the best wide receiver, if not the best offensive player in the country. Star receiver looking to rebound after a quiet game versus Texas last year. He wants his revenge match Saturday, big noon kickoff. Caleb Downs, the safety, projected top NFL draft pick, leading a mostly new-look defense. What can Caleb Downs do? And I hope, he's the best defensive end in the world. New defensive coordinator Matt Patricia leads a unit with 4 new defensive line starters. So Texas has won 11 straight road games, including in Alabama and Michigan. Just the 4th time an AP #1 plays defending champ and season opener. ESPN analyst Desmond Howard calls it a must-win for Texas and Sarkisian. Big noon kickoff. What are you going to do? And I have a new... That's the end of it. But we have a new little fun